Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, hello friends. My name is Muhammad Hikmahnya. I'm a freshman in management. So now let's get to the topic straight away. And this is my friend, one of my friend. He is Akbar. He called Akbar Jum. You can call him. And he will be the speaker for today's interview. So I will straight to the main thing here. You've been studying at China recently, and you were graduate from there. And as you know, our study method is a bit or a lot different from China. But here, so here will be we will be talk about the more specific topic, and it's about how do the English study in Indonesia is progressing year to year, and compared to you can compare it to when you were studying in China. Okay.
What I feel about the education system in Indonesia and in China, of course, it's different. But overall, we have a lot in common. So we have 12 years of education, like from primary, secondary, or you can say middle school and high school. And each of the school, like each of the period, like we have English major, right? From the primary school, like they taught us to be fluent in English. Even in middle school, if I'm not mistaken, like in middle school we have English as the main subject that we have to learn to get into high school, right? And then in my high school before, like I have to pass TOEFL or TOEIC before graduate. So I think the progress of education in Indonesia is quite good in system, but actually it depends on the individual. You know, some people are just afraid to speak in English, and then some people are just shy to speak in English because they thought that English is useless. We're not speaking English in daily basis, but actually when you have had a chance to go abroad and you have to live there, so English is one thing that is important as a global language. So yeah.
Keep that.
So I think like the different, if I would compare when I was in China and in Indonesia, of course we have a lot of different. Maybe like I guess like the system of education in Indonesia is quite good already, but maybe it's not effective for each individual or for student, because maybe like from primary school, like, we have to convince them to realize that English is more important, as a global language. We never know when we grow up, like you could be in Thailand, you could be anywhere in the world, and you can speak in local language, but you can use English as a communication.
So you thought that in Indonesia is pretty good already, but it's not perfect enough for each student.
Yes, I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's not perfect enough, but it's not effective.
Not effective. Oh, I see. So the main problem with what do we call general students in India is in a general. It seems like they're too afraid to try to speak because the environment doesn't help.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I'm completely agree with that.
After you agree, do you think that too is the main problem?
Yes,
Or the major
because
problem at least?
we facilitated by the government. We have the Minister of Education in Indonesia. We have 12 years of study, must study, and then we have this English subject since we were in primary school. And then if I had a question for them, like you have been learning English for 12 years. What can you do in English? And then like they said, why we don't speak English here? Yes, here is not important because you can speak Indonesian, but when you had a chance or somebody from abroad or some kind of like foreigners come to Indonesia and ask you, you kind of mumbling, like you don't know how to say. Yeah. So but actually from the educational system and then I wouldn't say the progress. The progress depends on each individual. Yeah. But the system is already good. Yeah. But it depends on each individual. Maybe I just say like if that is the main problem for people. Like they never try. They're afraid to start a conversation. Yeah, they're afraid to make a mistake. But actually, to be fluent in English, like don't be afraid to make a mistake.
If you want to fluent in English, don't be afraid to
Make a
make
mistake.
a mistake.
Forget about the grammar when you're speaking,
Yeah.
because it will change your mind. It's just like you want to say something, but you think about your grammar.
You did study at China.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: your second language, is it English or is it Chinese?
My second language, first of all, is English, of course.
Still English.
Still
Yeah,
English.
right. Because me personally, I am not a guy that have English as a second language, but it's Arabic.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm glad to have that, but I still I want to be fluent in English. So Chinese, you're fluent in Chinese?
I wouldn't say it's fluent completely, 100% fluent.
Yeah, but
It's more like a basic communication. I can say like I'm in middle class of fluent. Yeah.
I
For
see.
basic
But-
conversation.
For your information, I see he's a translator at a company. Yeah, in the same company as me, he is a translator. So
I'm a translator.
Yeah.
Chinese to Indonesian. Yeah. But actually, when you learn English and you're I don't know, like you're surrounded by English
Alright.
speaking people, then you can improve your ability to speak.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It happened to me when I'm in China. The first time I'm in China, like I don't speak Chinese at all, but I use English every time. And then like we had to learn Chinese for 6 months or 8 months. And then because I'm always living in China and I learn Chinese, so like the improvement is quite big and it's quite fast to fluent in Chinese. But I'm getting lost my ability to speak English
Since you've been
in China.
Like China, alright.
Because like I use Chinese all the time.
Okay. I heard from one of my friends and one of yours that you were winning some trophies from to be a speaker in English. Trophies. Oh, you win something in English. I don't know when you were in China or in Indonesia, still in Indonesia. You win something with your
By English?
Yeah, by English.
Well, it's just like I don't learn English by the book.
Debate.
Debate. It's not like a debate, but it's more like a conference for Indonesian, Northeast Asia.
I see. So there are many countries.
Yeah, many
besides
countries,
Indonesia.
and then we share.
Oh,
And then
God.
it's kind of like
And you win that? You winning that?
I'm not winning that, but we had a chance to speak one by one, but it's not everybody that attend that group discussion. So they asked me to do it. So they asked me to speak on that forum. I think it's a big chance to speak your mind and then share your thoughts in youth programs, and we're discussing about sustainable global sustainable for youth program or business or like
interesting, right? Interesting.
Well, actually, it's like when you never try, when you have a gut or you have a you brave to do something that I don't know that beats your fear. So which means like your fear is smaller than your guts to learn. Then you will be seen by everybody. It's like that because like before that my English I can understand English but I can't speak. I can understand people talking English but I can't speak because it's not I cannot speak but I just try. I just shy to try.
Right.
I'm afraid to try. I'm not English.
Yeah. The conclusion is you were poor in English, but
I was.
he was poor in English, but look at him now.
Yeah.
Look what he have now.
I was really can't talk in English first of all, but after that I forced to talk because like my friends also from another countries, and then I'm having like guts to make improvement in English.
Right.
So when you ask grammar to me, like I can't even name one by one, but when you give me a native speaker, then I will talk to them.
Yeah, that's the important one. Yeah, so it's clear already that if you have the passion but with gut,
Yeah.
if you have the gut, you will be able to do it because the ability is not always come from when you're born with the talent. No, not like that. But if you want to have it, and if you want to have something, and you pay attention to it, you clearly can make it.
Yeah, never afraid to try. That's the key. Like you have to speak.
Yeah, we got a conclusion for tonight. Already. So it's been 12 minutes and it's already long enough. So I cannot upload it tonight if it's too long.
It's alright.
The internet is so poor. Yeah. Thank you, Akbar. So I will make the conclusion later in my. I have to make PowerPoint from this.
Okay. So you're doing your research.
What?
You're doing your research.
Yeah, I'm doing my research for my assignment. By myself.
You know for your assignment.
Do you want to know the deadline?
I don't know when.
Today, midnight.
Okay.
And now, 7 o'clock.
And we're still out here hanging out, guys.
Yeah, and we're still hanging out here, out of
So
nowhere.
you're gonna do it on your car?
Making PowerPoint.
Okay. Good.
In the way back home.
I used to do it a lot when I back in college.
I see. And how does it feel?
That's the thing. You feel good.
It feels good after you finish it, right?
After you finish it, you feel released and you can breathe.
Yeah.
But now you feel like attacked by, you're being pressed by the pressure.
Overwhelmed.
You are overwhelmed, yeah.
Right, thank you,
Thank
Akbar,
you.
and see you next. No, I will see you in the car actually. But yeah.
We were
Alright,
in a different car.
different car, but yeah, never mind. But yeah, like that. So
Okay, good luck for the assignment.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Yeah, thanks for your praise.
Happy to share, yeah.
Oh, very happy. I don't expect you to be like this.
But you can talk to me in hours when you talk about
Yeah.
education and stuff.
Right, but yeah, here, this is nice that assignment. No, Mr. Effort. No, don't be hard to me. Okay, thank you,
He's a
Akbar.
good guy. Yeah.
Okay, see you next time. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hello there. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Haikal Abdullah. So, for this occasion, I will hosting this presentation for the final assignment final examination assignment. It's maybe not too late yet. I still have an hour to do. So yeah, here it is. I'll start first from my interview with one of my friends. He called Kak Akbar. I made this presentation for the assignment. So let's get started.
it was made and arranged by me, of course. And then we have the four main things here. First, the urgency, and second, what to achieve, and third, what to improve, and the last is the conclusion. Next, first, the urgency. Most of our citizens still couldn't accept the urgency of learning foreign languages, and commonly English. So the average society is fulfilled by some kind of people who says, we are Indonesian, we must proud to ours, not our language, ours not their languages, and languages, and used it here and there, yada yada. So they were saying that with one of their eyes was closed, yet learning other languages beside our own is, we already know that it has so many benefits without spelling it one by one, right? So even the outcome and what to achieve. So what do we need exactly is more about how we can make the environment better. Together we can make it together. It's all started from there, so it's very fundamental to achieve it, because here from Gakbar we know that many of us, or we can say average of students in their classes, how many you can tell, like 30 of them is always liked, and of course what to improve. Again, from Akbar we clearly know that we clearly know and agree to put more our focus in another sector besides the system, because he said the system is pretty good, but the rest of it that we need to improve besides the system. So our manner, that the last point, our manner, that's the one who needs to improve, because our manner is the number one factor to make the significant improvement, and it's not from anywhere, it's from ourselves. And the conclusion is, first, to observe, and the second, to adapt, and the last thing that we will achieve is the outcome. So what do you mean with observe, Hekal? Once we see the main problem, from the conversation we can say, once we see the main problems, write them in our head, write them carefully, and think about it for several times if you want, and make that for save that for evaluation, and then adapt. The best thing within a human being that they were born with it is the capability to adapt wherever they're in. So use it as a privilege as a human being, that adapt something that like in the conversation, if I want to recall the conversation in front, for a case like me personally, I was living within a society that Arabic is common in there. So 6 years plus 1, I can say 6 years plus 1, I always live there. And then suddenly, yes, you can say it's like suddenly my Arab is getting better and better each day. I can say that each day it's getting better and better, and it's just like that until now. And it happened too with Kak Akbar also when he was studying at China. At first, you can tell that his Chinese is doesn't as good as now, of course. But how do you feel if you live within a society that speaks with that language a lot? Oh, not a lot, but each time, you can say, what will happen to you? Yeah, next day and the next day and the next day, you got nothing but improvement, right? So adapt, bro. Okay, adapt. And the outcome is clear that if we did observe and adapt, so we will get the outcome as we hope. Like for Indonesia, we can get a better and greater generation for its own homeland. Yeah, we love Indonesia. And that's for tonight. I hope this will be aired soon. Now 11 past half midnight, but I have a surplus 1 hour because I'm in the Middle Indonesian time. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, but see you. And Mr. Effort, thank you for being patient with us and with me.